I gotta be honest with you, watching people operate on the internet and the conclusions that people come to, the arguments that they have, and how much shit can happen in one single hour is actually impressive. So I'm sure by now every single person knows that Donald Trump was allegedly shot at one of his rallies in Pennsylvania.
Take a look at what happened.
Move to spare. Hold. When you're ready. On you.
Ready?
Move.
Up.
Move. Go.
Up. Hawkeye's here.
Hawkeye's here. Move it to the spare.
Spare, get ready. Spare, get ready.
We ready?
Down. Shooter's down.
Are we good? Shooter's down. Are we good to move?
Shooter's down. We're good to move.
Clear.
We're
Let's
clear.
move.
We're clear.
Let's move.
We're clear.
Come on. Let me get my shoes.
Now, before we go any further, I just got to say two things. One, that man's reaction time is extremely slow. You hear some pops, he grabs his ear, he don't know what's happening, and then finally he's told to duck and he goes down. But better than that was the guy in the crowd who was treating this whole thing like he was at an NFL game.
As we welcome you to Orchard Park with 2 minutes left in a 4-point game. Kirk Cousins back to throw on 4th and 18. He's given time.
This man was standing up, hands on his knees, looking like he found something that he's been looking for his whole life. Like, I've been waiting for this moment. It's here. And he's just watching, locked in. It was just really interesting to me. But anyways, the reason why I said he was allegedly shot is because within an hour, there has become 50,000 conspiracies around this whole situation. One is that he's using a blood pill. None of it's real. Another is that it was nothing more than a BB gun. Other people are saying it was a real gun. I'm seeing that people potentially died. So like a lot of things are going on. So I was just trying to do a little bit of, searching and digging before I decided to make this video. And it seems like there's a good chance that this was real. I don't think that it was staged and that other people may have even gotten hurt. So some of the stuff that I came across when I was going around on Twitter was this video where apparently they found the shooter and caught him in the crowd.
To me, as you're trying to figure out if you're okay, what's going on, was he shot, was he wounded? Then we heard him on the microphone, Shannon, saying, let me grab my shoes as they tried to take him off. So we're just trying to figure out what happened.
So the fact that they found somebody in the crowd that they believe to be the shooter, I'm thinking most likely there was somebody that shot something. Whether it was a blank and he used the blood pill like some people are saying, an airsoft gun, a BB gun, I've seen some say a paintball gun, or an actual real gun. Somebody most likely shot something, and that's why they found somebody. Then I also found this clip that is claiming there's a chance that a couple of people may have died, and there was a picture that I found with blood in the stands.
So this is the first time that we've had any kind of confirmation from a law enforcement source that shots were fired. And now learning that there are potentially, again, according to the DA, some fatalities associated with this incident at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania.
So if the reports that they're getting end up being true, then there was definitely a shooter with a real gun, and some other people did get hit, unfortunately, and lost their life. And somehow they missed the one target that they had. I mean, I'm not saying I wanted them to hit him, but it's just a really crazy situation. And I feel like this sets a really wild precedent. I mean, it does and it doesn't at the same time. I mean, we've seen crazy shit like this happen before. But as far as the right versus the left, this is going to create absolute madness, because I'm already seeing it on Twitter, and I'm sure people are talking about it on other social media, where some people are saying, yo, the left is crazy. The left tried to do it. And everybody is turning it into this left versus right thing, when it's like, okay, listen, this was one of the crazy people. To label an entire side that way, that's where it gets scary, because you already have this right versus left. And so if they're going to label the entire left as that way, you're going to see more aggression from the right now, because they're like, you tried to kill our president. And we're going to go down a really sketchy path. And I just don't feel like we need to do that. It just doesn't make any sense, because one weird person decided that it made sense for him to go out and try to do this. Now, aside from that, I've seen some really interesting articles. One from CNN says he fell at the rally. He didn't fall. He ducked because he was getting shot at. Like, there's a big difference. Another one says that he got rushed off stage because he got startled by noises in the crowd. I'm just blown away. Like, what are we actually reporting on? I mean, I get that we didn't have confirmation. Maybe they wanted to get an article out really quick, but he fell. Anybody watching that video that we showed is not going to think, oh, he just fell over. There's obviously so much more to that. Either way, this did lead us to one of the most gangster pictures of 2024. I mean, let's be honest, like, that's an album cover right there. That's basically a mixtape. All that aside, though, in all reality, like, this is actually crazy to try to take the life of somebody who's running for president. I'm not the biggest Trump fan in the world. I don't disagree with all of his takes, though. I don't disagree with all the changes that he wants to make and the way that he wants to go about it. I don't completely disagree with all of it. And unfortunately, if it comes down to it and it's him versus Sleepy Joe, I'm not picking Sleepy Joe. I'm just being honest with you. Like, that man is not fit to be president. Regardless of what side you stand on, you have to at least agree with that, right? They need to get somebody better to represent that side. And then you see who has the better arguments, who's going to... But at the end of the day, to be honest with you, I don't really vote. I was just saying, if I had to vote, that's what I would do if it was those two options. I don't really vote, and I get that. Some people are like, well, if you don't vote, then you don't have a say in anything that's going on. You're stupid, you're ignorant, so on and so forth. And I get it. You're free to look at me any way that you want, but the way that I look at it is, all the years that I've been alive, I've seen presidents on both sides say so many different things. And while some of it does get put into effect, I'm not saying that it doesn't. There's a lot of shit that doesn't. A lot of shit that they say to get you sold, to vote, to then get them into office, and then nothing happens with some of the shit that they said. Or they go and they do other shit that seems to go against some of the shit that they said. And to me, I feel like that has happened every single time. I get it. Some people are going to say, well, maybe it's happened less with him, or this person did everything that they said, or so on and so forth. I just don't feel like that's true. I don't feel like that's true. So to me, I'm just like, we're kind of in a spot no matter which way you look at it, to be real with you. I don't like the whole system. I feel like the two parties, horrible system. We need more options. We just need more shit going on. That's just my own personal opinion. I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with me, but I'm not here to convince you to. I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong for thinking differently. You're totally free to feel the way that you feel, and you're all probably right, and I am probably wrong, and I'm okay with that. But to me, I just don't like any of this, but I just feel like this is going to cause drama, so I wanted to talk about it, and just, if you are on either side, just don't go about this as a right versus left thing, okay? I get it. Like, the person that shot at him is probably more left leaning. I mean, that would make sense, right? But that's not a fact. That's not a fact. It could be somebody on the right that just doesn't agree with his takes and doesn't think that he properly represents the right, no different than it could be someone from the left. But that doesn't matter, because either way, they're a crazy person. Going to a rally to try to end someone's life, you're a crazy person. You don't represent either side. You represent the crazy people. So let's just keep that in mind when we talk about this. I appreciate you guys. I'm sure that the comments are going to be fun. Take it easy. Stay safe. I'll catch you in the next one, homies.